Hey, Nadia.
Oh,
Happy Valentine's Day.
happy Valentine's Day.
Do you have a Valentine?
No. Yes, my friend.
Oh,
Eh,
is Galentine's Day the day before
Yeah,
Valentine's Day?
it was yesterday. I love Valentine's Day, even though it's stupid Hallmark made. Is that what they say? Hallmark made holiday, or just like a ploy to get people to buy to mark up prices and and sell chocolate and stuff. Whatever. I love it though. So cute.
Oh, what do you love about it?
I don't know. I'm also like, what do they call it? Hopeless romantic. I love like rom-coms and stuff like that.
I do too.
It's just so cute.
It's very
Like
cute.
the part of me not having a boyfriend, but everything else about it is super cute.
This could be the premise of a movie, like a rom-com. Mother and daughter podcasting. Daughter loves Valentine's Day, but talks about how she doesn't have a Valentine. Boy hears it.
I'm not sure our main audience is our boys. I don't think that's gonna
Girl hears
but
it.
wishful thinking. Oh
Girl
my
hears it
goodness.
and gives it to her boyfriend, and then I don't know. We
Yeah.
can think about the story
We can that's
or
very
not.
wishful thinking, I think.
Okay, tell me about dating because I know I'm your mother, so obviously I think you're amazing. I think you're cute and
Boy.
nice
Boy.
and smart and all the things. Probably most moms think
Obviously.
that about their kid. Maybe? I don't actually don't
Maybe.
know if my mom thinks that about me. Hey mom, do you think that about me? If you're Are you listening? But
She
anyway,
does.
so why do you think it's tough to find somebody to partner up with?
I think I've talked about this before, but I think it's hookup culture. I think in college, hookup culture and also dating apps, stuff like that. Just the premise of those things are not for long term, usually not for a long term relationship unless it depends on the person. But like everything just is very short term.
For sure at your age. For sure at your
Yeah.
age. I have a lot of friends that met their permanent or still it's nothing, then it might not be permanent, but it's been long term. They've found their long-term
Yeah.
person through dating apps. So it is possible, but I think you just
Yeah.
have to be the right age, the right mindset. You have a
I mean,
couple roommates that are dating people. How did they find the people that they're currently dating?
actually, like a lot of my friends found their boyfriends on dating apps, or a few, not a few, maybe one or two that have found their boyfriends through mutual friends or just, yeah, mutual friends, sorority, frat stuff. But most people's actually through dating apps. So it's like hard because I feel like people's intentions, you don't know them in the beginning. And so either you go into it with, it's easier to go into it not thinking long term when you're on
Yeah.
dating apps and all that, just because that's usually going to be the case.
Also, you don't know that someone is worth a long-term commitment until after you date them for a while.
Yeah. I think me personally, right now, I'm very like, I think I'm like just learned to be super particular. I don't know. I just feel like I don't even know how to explain it. But like when someone's on a dating app, it's very easy to just find something you don't like. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's supposedly putting their best self on these things, but then that means like I basically can find like a bunch of ways not to like that person before I even meet them. Even though like maybe if I met them in person or like through friends, it would have like I would have I don't
Yeah.
know. It's hard because you're judging them without ever meeting them first.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel like
something to be said about, like, the energy of a person when you meet them.
yeah, I don't know. It's a weird vibe. I feel like I'm surrounded right now by a lot of my friends having like significant others. And so it's easy to get caught up in that energy and feel like, oh, I like would also obviously I'd also like to be in a relationship, but I don't need to be. But it's hard when everyone around me is in one, if that makes sense. What'd you say?
Sitting in a room, everyone's all coupled and snuggled, and you're like,
That's actually happened a couple times. And I'm like, this is awesome. But I think it's just because like it just happens to be my roommates. Like obviously people are always there's people not in relationships and in relationships throughout all my like larger friend group. It just happens to be like right now.
the 3 people that
I'm
you
the
live
only
with
one
are
that's
all
not.
coupled.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, so it's easy to get caught up in that energy and then like and you turn to dating apps or whatever and I know I'm not gonna what I see. So I don't know. It's like hard to
Aw,
be.
those poor guys that are out there.
I don't know. I
Okay,
wouldn't
tell me
call
the
them poor
logistics of the
guys.
dating app. Tell me the logistics. So you put your best self out there, and then what?
You literally just put your best self out. Best, quote unquote.
Yeah,
And
whatever
if
you
you
think.
like them or you don't like them,
uh,
like physically
Click
take a
on them,
swipe. Yeah, click.
and then
But
they contact you if you
or
know.
and it can, yeah, it can happen either way. They could contact you, the contact. It's just such a weird, I don't know. Obviously it works, but for some people, it's just such a weird thing to do. To just send someone else and see what they say and wait for them to
So I'm
send you
told
a message.
I'm told by my guy friends that are single
Mhm.
that you just like everybody because the girls are more picky, and then so you just like they just go and everybody just to see what ends up hitting because they know that the chances are that they're not going to match with somebody unless they cast a broad net.
I guess that makes sense. I could see why. I am very picky. So I feel like that makes sense. Sad though.
All right, so it's Valentine's Day, and you guys had a party yesterday.
Mhm.
Was it meant for just girls and it was a day, or was it meant to be like a dating op find your partner dating
Yeah.
option?
Initially, it was gonna be like Valentine's, but then we got too excited and we invited all of our friends. So,
Was it crowded at
uh,
your house?
yeah, yes and no. We moved like the couches and everything. So it was a lot of fun, but it ended up being like everyone. And it was not, definitely not a matchmaking scenario. That
Mhm.
would not end well. And that is what a frat is for. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think maybe maybe it's not Valentine's Day, but holidays in general. I just like celebrating things. I just like an excuse to celebrate with people
Oh,
and throw a
well,
party.
are you the type that likes to decorate? Because I just realized I did not decorate at all in my
Mm.
workspace for Valentine's Day, and I dug through a box full of stuff that's for decoration. I found one pathetic little styrofoam heart thing, and I was like, "Ah, forget it." It's like a
I
low
do like
priority for
it.
me.
I do like it. Obviously, we decorated for the party, but I don't know, there's something about it. To me, in my head, like putting up like cute decorations and stuff for holidays is the same as giving like my friends gifts when they don't expect it. I like doing little things like that, even if it's like really small, something really small. I don't know how they connect to my head, but it gives me the same sense of satisfaction and makes me happy. I like getting people gifts, but unexpected gifts. If it's like their birthday, then it's too stressful.
Okay, so what's the plan for tonight then? I'm guessing all of your roommates are going out on a date with their partners. What are you gonna do?
I'm watching a movie with my friends tonight. Actually, it's really sad. I have a physics lab report to write. But so I have that, and I'm watching a movie, and I was invited to get together. But if I don't finish my lab report, then I can't go. My life's so sad.
That is totally part of our story, the movie that we're writing. It's something about physics, something related to you having trouble with your physics homework, and then the boy that you meet at the party tonight happens to be a physics major.
It's not a party. It's a dinner with my friend that also don't have a Valentine's Day plan.
What are the you have Valentine's Day plans. It's having dinner with your friend.
Yeah,
Are you do you have a
with
name for
them.
your dinner?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It wasn't planned by me, but just a regular day. It's just a regular dinner. Potluck
Mm.
actually. But yeah.
What are you gonna bring?
I don't know. That's the other thing. I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay, I call
But
you out on something real quick.
what? What?
You wanna go to grad school. I think we've talked about this before. You want to go to grad school.
What?
Your grad school plans take a
Mhm.
really long time.
Yes.
But you wanna have a
I'm
baby
scared
by a certain
where this is
time.
gonna go.
So
That plan has been scratched already. You already ruined those not ruined. You already turned those plans down.
I did?
Okay, I'll explain. Basically, I just wanted to finish grad school and get married and have one kid all before the age of 30. And last time I
Mm.
told you this, you said, "But do you have a boyfriend right now?" And I said, "We'll get there at some point."
It's true, it's still
Um,
possible. You're 20, that's 10 years. So much can happen in 10 years. Remember when you were 10 years old?
yeah, yeah. But that's different. 10 to 20 is crazy. I guess this you could say the same about 20 to 30. And I know it'll be crazy looking back at when I was 20 when I'm 30. But yeah, now that I've really set that I'm like really set on going to med school. It's like more of a reality, like how long I'm actually gonna have to be in school for and take classes and residency and all that.
A
Those
lot of
plans have
people
been scratched. I
a
don't
lot
have
of people
time for anything else.
a lot of people are actually married during residency, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can go to med school, you would be done with med school in 4 years, like, the actual
Mhm.
didactic, and then you go to residency. So, say you don't even start
Yeah.
medical school until you're 25,
Mhm.
you'll be 29 when you graduate, so you'll have gone to medical school, then you just have a residency.
Exactly. And I can be pregnant when I
Yeah, that would be
um
rough, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know how it just doesn't I say this a lot. I say this plan a lot, but I'm like, it's becoming clear to me that might not be the case. And also that it's okay to not have a kid before 30 because I feel like there's a possibility I still won't. Like I won't feel ready to have a kid by then. That could totally happen.
Yes, you have to feel ready, but also you do have to think about the health of your eggs, right? So at a certain point, if you're not ready to have a kid and you do want to have a kid in the future, you
Yeah.
might want to think about storing eggs.
That's actually crazy. It's gonna be a new worry of mine, putting that on the list of things. Becoming infertile and having no more eggs left. It's terrifying. Actually, so I actually do have to have a baby before 30 so that I don't know how it works, but so that my eggs, I don't know how it works actually.
Because you're born with a certain number of eggs,
And then where did
th-
they go?
they get released.
Oh, during my period.
Yeah.
Wait, I knew that. Sorry, I knew that. Wait, but that's crazy. Does that mean my eggs are gonna I don't know, what's the term? I won't have viable eggs earlier because I started my period earlier?
Oh, the details of that. I don't
Like,
think
when
so. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Yeah.
and then when you go into menopause, does that mean you have no more viable eggs left?
There's probably some more details about that, like nuances that I'm not
Mhm.
quite saying
Yeah.
correctly. But yes, once you are in menopause, reminder menopause is one single day after you haven't had your period consistently for a
Right.
year. After you are in menopause, you can no longer conceive, you have no more viable eggs.
And then so the internet told me that I'm in perimenopause or whatever. Does that mean I have to have a baby right now, actually?
Regardless of menopause, like perimenopause, the symptoms of decreased estrogen can happen up to 10 years before menopause. And so the average age of menopause is the US is 51, I think. Oh no, wait, that must be wrong because I wouldn't mean that symptoms start at 41, but I remember doing a calculation that it was like in your 30s you could start experiencing symptoms. I think the average age of menopause in the US is 51, but
Mhm.
that it's not that uncommon to have menopause when you're like 45, for example. That means you can start having symptoms of perimenopause at 35.
So I have to have a kid before I'm 35. I've
Well,
extended it 5
no,
years.
no, there are many examples in your life of people who've had kids after 35.
But yeah, but I wanna have a kid before 35. I wanna be a young mom, not an old mom.
You want to be a cool mom?
Oh, there's so many things I have whatever. Maybe
There's
next time
only
I
so many
think
things you
will
can
be different.
control. Yeah. There's
Most
only
of them
so
feel
many
under
things you can
control,
control.
actually. Med school, not in my control. Residency, also not in my control. And dating, also not in my control because I don't know. It hasn't worked so
We
far.
had this talk.
Yeah, we did.
We had this talk. It's you want to maybe not white knuckle your future. We talked about, okay, let's just let it be. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens with life.
Yeah, that's why I'm releasing it from my control, actually.
Excellent.
But
I like it. I
I
like
say
it.
that, but I say that, but I'm also like, if I don't white knuckle it, then am I really that like motivated and determined to succeed? Like you have to take control to make things happen for yourself because it's not just gonna happen on its own. But like when I think about that in terms of dating and stuff like that, I don't want to take
You can't
charge.
control who you're going to end up running into. You can't control who you're going
Yeah,
to
that's
meet and
true.
when you meet them, but you
Yeah.
can control how often you're out there meeting people.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't want to.
All right.
Now I have a lot of things to think about. I've been like super into organizing my day and planning it out in my calendar, like hour by hour. So I think I'm going to do that, but in my 15-year plan.
Okay. It sounds good.
Like,
Manifesting,
we're,
you can think about it as
yeah,
manifesting, not necessarily to-do listing.
but it's a little bit of a to do list. Where do I want to be when I'm 35?
Okay. I think we'll leave it at that for today because You still have your rom-com story to end tonight.
I don't think it's gonna be tonight.
You never Oh, manifesting.
Okay, I'll manifest that I meet my husband at the movie theaters today.
Okay, or maybe just, like, some cool person.
Somewhat.
Some cool person. It doesn't have to be your partner for life.
Oh, that I'm not on track for my 15-year plan. Okay, I'm manifesting it, don't worry.
Okay, sweetie pie.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.